All right, we come off our 3-day weekend and we're still grappling with what happened in California, mass shooting, young man, and we're Stacey, we're still gathering the details, and it's like, this sounds like this was a long time coming, that he had this plan years ago.
Yeah, cops said years in the making, and he gave pretty much minutes notice, and we're now hearing from victims' parents who are getting ready to bury their kids, 19 years old. These kids were just in college, and now there's all kinds of stuff coming out about how he was also planning to kill his stepbrother and stepmother. Why he didn't, we don't know.
And at the core of this, it's his perceived rejection from women. I think everybody wants, okay, how does someone get to that place? I mean, everybody, man or woman, has had those travails, but now you're going to go to this level of what he calls vengeance. It's like, wow. What happens where you just snap to that point just because you can't get a date?
He had such a sense of entitlement, too. Like, he doesn't seem like he wanted to go through all the proper steps of wooing a girl, like, just because I drive a nice car, just because of who my father is, whatever, that I should be entitled to the riches of all these women. It's just crazy. And this is my hometown where this happened in, and so it's just, for me and all my family there, and knowing this area very intimately is just, it's beyond comprehension that this could have even happened here. And to be honest, it's happened again. This is the second mass killing out there.
You should definitely play the sound from the father, and I don't know where he got the courage to go on the mic immediately after her son died, Martinez, and his voice was just cracking. We have to play at least a minute of him, and his dad was like, "It's happened again. When will we say this is enough?" And whether you care about gun rights or whatnot, but the father's pain is so apparent. And he said, his death, his son Chris's death has devastated our family, and now here we are again. When I think about that soundbite now, it still makes me shiver. It's so, I can't, it's just so stunning.
So there's this anonymous millionaire in San Francisco who's hiding money and giving out clues on Twitter. Mike, you want to fill us in there?
Yeah. Number one, everyone's following this guy's Twitter account now. It's @HiddenCash. And the vines are popping up. A guy that's like running to the bike racks, and he throws his bike in the bushes and goes under the bench looking for the money, and he was too late. But up to $100. Better believe people are looking.
Wow. What was the Twitter handle again?
@HiddenCash.
Right, supplement that cash, supplement that income.
And we won't keep it in the open, but we're toying with the idea too of Mike. We'll hide some money, and Mike will go to my Twitter account and for a clue where to hide the cash. So
yes, let's do it.
Yeah, we need some ideas where to hide it.
We've all seen it, and not everybody agrees with it. Kids on leashes. Has anybody ever done it?
Oh.
I put my kid on a leash at Disneyland. It's like total mayhem there. And it was a little backpack. It looked like a little cute panda, and she didn't know I was holding on to its tail.
I think that the people who don't like it think that the child is treated like an animal because they're on a leash. I think it's the symbolism of the leash. But on the flip side, you don't want people to lose their kids, so it's very, it's a fine line. It's a fine line, and it's a real hot button issue online with moms, people for and against it.
Here's the thing, though. The number of children who've been abducted or lost when they've been on a leash, 0.
Nice, I like that.
I can't help it, but I try not to judge, and I don't have kids, but I can't help it. Every time I see one, I think, ugh. Like, I don't know, I judge it. I judge the parent. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
But then my second thought is, hey, maybe it works. Maybe they need it. I haven't had a kid yet, so I can't judge, but I do.
I did it with my siblings when I used to babysit them because my brother never wanted me to hold his hand. He never wanted me to hold his hand, and so it's like, all right, go on your way. And so he'd run around, and then it wasn't like a dog where they're being choked. It's on his back, so he knows to stop.
But it still looks like I'm with Anna. Like I do judge. I judge the parents because I'm like, it doesn't matter if it's on their neck. But if I see a kid walking down the street and you see like a little, they have like panda bear backpacks or whatever, and it's the tail. Like you see the little kids, I'm like, oh, you can't control your kid. Like that's the way that I'm thinking of it. I do judge. I judge.
I think
it looks weird.
I think there's a in my opinion is I think there's a difference if you're doing it in a non-crowded area where you should be able to manage, you know, your child, as opposed to a super crowded mall or amusement park. I will be more understanding in a more crowded place.
All right, the big wedding, Kim and Kanye. What are some of the highlights we're finding out? He had, what, a 20-minute speech? Calling the Kardashians an industry? What about, oh, she's the love of my life, not the Kardashians are an industry?
I want to know what happened to Rob. That's what I want to know. Rob, where he bails right before he took his chunky self and went and got on a plane and left before the whole thing. There's major drama.
He went to her other 2 weddings. Like he doesn't have to go to all of them.
And what's the story behind that? Is he so ashamed of the weight he's gained he doesn't want to look at himself in the pictures years down the road? Is that the reason he left?
There was some sort of family drama that went down, and that's why he bailed, like the day of the wedding.
That's kind of selfish to me. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your sister. It's your sister's wedding. Maybe, hopefully, the last one. Be there. And there's a lot of paparazzi. It's not like you're unknown and we never see that you're overweight. There are already pictures out there. There's going to be more. Suck it up on this one day. What's another picture?
Something about the Kanye rant. Like he rants all the time. I'm surprised that he did a rant at his wedding too. Like 20 minutes. What are you talking about for 20 minutes? Like just say I love you, Kim. I'm so happy. This is the happiest day of my life. And then that's it. Like what is he talking about for 20 minutes?
It's because he loves himself.
Stand by. There's a
He loves himself.
Oh, I think the most hilarious part of Kanye's speech was that he called the Kardashian family the most remarkable people of our time.
What?
Of our time.
Of our time.
It's hyperbole. Okay, we get it.